Subhanallah walhamdulillah wallahu akbar.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So forgive me, I couldn't present to you the lessons for the past 2 days, but now let's continue with the topic. So we ended at the topic of femininity. We ended at the topic of gender actually. We completed the topic of gender. We know that every ism has 4 characteristics: definiteness, gender, number, and i'rab. We have completed definiteness, we have completed gender. We are capable of knowing the definiteness of any ism, and we are capable of knowing the gender of any ism. Now we are going to understand the number. So that's singular, dual, and plural. Now what we are going to study in the coming 2 to 3 days is that how to recognize the number of an ism. That whether we are talking about 1 singular, whether we are talking about 2 ism dual, or whether we are talking about 3 or more ism, that is plural. Today our topic is dedicated to singular and dual. So we are going to discuss how any singular ism can be converted into dual ism. In English, like, you can convert the singular to plural by adding s at the end. Apple, apples. Boy, boys. Cat, cats. So just adding s at the end converts a noun into plural in English, but it's not always true. Child, children. Man, men. You didn't add s at the end. Man, mans is wrong. But in case of Arabic, if you are talking about singular to dual, then adding ani or aini at the end of any ism converts that ism into dual. Whether you add ani at the end of any ism or you add aini at the end of any ism, what that mean is the dual of the Arabic word Muslim is Muslimani and Muslimaini. Both are dual, okay? The dual of the Arabic word bint, that is girl, is bintani and bintaini. Okay, both are dual. Bintani is also dual and bintaini is also dual. Muslim also means 2 Muslims. Muslim means 1 Muslim. Muslimani means 2 Muslims. Muslimaini means 2 Muslims. Bint means 1 girl. Bintani means 2 girls, and bintaini means 2 girls. Okay, let's move on. Let's take more examples. Rajul is man, then rajulani, rajulaini. Then bait is house, then baitani, baitaini, 2 houses. So it's simple so far. Now this is one thing you need to know about dual. It's so simple that just add ani or aini at the end of any ism and it becomes dual. Remember the spelling ani and aini, okay? This is how it will be present. So whenever there is a bintani, you're just going to translate it as 2 girls. Not just girl or girls, but it will be translated as 2 girls. And then just one more thing you need to remember about dual, about converting singular to dual, is that when there is tamarbut at the end of an ism, you have a feminine ism like Jannah, that is tamarbut at the end. Then when you add ani at the end of Jannah, then remember the rule that tamarbut can never come in between a word. Tamarbut always comes at the end of the word, I told you. So according to that rule, you cannot add ani at the end of after Jannah, after tamarbut, because tamarbut cannot accept any letters after it inside the word. So how this problem is solved? We completely drop tamarbut from the position and we insert ta over there. So it will be pronounced just the same, like bint is bintani, bintaini, so Jannah will be jannatani and jannataini. Just tamarbut, whose pronunciation is both h and ta, we will convert it into ta. We will convert the complete letter. We will remove the letter tamarbut and we will insert the letter ta. So its pronunciation will be jannatani and jannataini. It's not difficult, like jannat. If we would say jannat, then jannatani, jannataini, you can understand it simply. So that's all about dual. That's all we need to know about converting an ism from singular to dual. All the ism follows the same rule. Just you have to remember that adding ani or aini at the end of any ism turns it into dual, and you have to remember that if there is tamarbut at the end of the ism, then we are going to replace tamarbut with ta, and then we are going to add ani or aini along with it. So that's all for today. Remember, add ani or aini at the end of an ism, it becomes dual, and if there is tamarbut at the end of the ism, then remove the tamarbut, insert the ta, and then add ani or aini at the end. That's all. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And now we have reached the end of the 25th ayah of Al-Baqarah, which is the very first description of paradise in Quran, and also the end of our series on this topic. وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا أَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ وَهُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. And for them